Hey, what's going on, guys? I wanted to do this updated review for the Toyota Tundra 2022. Just wanted to let you know how it's holding up, my experiences with it, and how I feel now. I got about 20,000 miles on this, and it's been holding up really well. I just broke it in. It feels loose now, like, you know, when you get a new car, truck, whatever, and it feels tight. It feels really like tight, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I just broke it in. It feels much better. The response is much better. It just, even though it's broken in, it feels so fluid, so good. It still feels really well put together. The steering is smooth. Suspension is smooth. The whole truck ride experience is a very smooth one, and I'm very appreciative of it. Yeah, man, this truck has been very favorable, and I do not regret at all changing from my Ram 1500 to this one. Like I said, this truck is something else. It's sexy as fuck. And I like when people do reviews and they actually show the vehicle. They actually, you know, focus the video on the visual perspective of the vehicle. Some folks, they just like to do a one-on-one type of deal where they stand in front of the camera or they sit in front of the camera and talk about their truck. I'm not here for you, bro. Like, no offense. I'm here for the truck. But yeah, man, that's just my personal feelings on that. And like I said, this truck's been holding up really well. It's a 2x2. It's a two-wheel drive. It's a SR5 TSS, pertinent to the Gulf Coast states. Pretty much it's like slightly above middle tier in regards to packages. Yeah, I got the regular interior. I got the cloth seats. I don't got no, it's like nothing special. It's just a truck. But regardless, it's nothing to complain about. It's a Toyota Tundra either way. You know, it's gonna be the same thing as a TRD Pro, minus some extra added features and capabilities. Honestly, I live in a city. I don't need none of those extra capabilities or features. Everything I have has been useful. It's been needed to, it's been needed as much as it's been needed. I haven't needed to use 4x4. I haven't needed to lock no differentials, nothing like that. I'm not doing anything off-road. Although, if you do know how to drive, you could get away with it with the two-wheel drive off-road as well. It's just all in the driver, and then there's certain limits. You know, you don't want to push past certain thresholds. You got to know the limits and the capabilities of your truck. Anyways, doing highway miles, I've been averaging around like anywhere from 17 to 22 miles a gallon, depending on how you drive. If you're driving crazy, and it doesn't matter, I've noticed if it's on sport mode or normal or eco. At first I kept it on eco a lot because I was like, you know, under the impression that eco would really help me improve my economy with the fuel. But honestly, I was not a fan of the response time and the throttle response time, whatever, of eco mode. So after a short phase of that, I went ahead and switched it up to sport mode, and that's all I really do now. I keep it on sport mode. Like I said, I'm on the highway most of the time, and when I drive really crazy, and I wouldn't even say it's crazy. By crazy, I'm referring to you know, quick acceleration, stuff like that. You're going to see on the two-wheel drive model, you're gonna see averages of 17 to 18 miles per gallon. And you know, that's what I was getting on my Ram, driving economically. And when I'm driving, you know, you can actually still accelerate modestly and accelerate, you know, aggressively. And if you understand how the momentum works and the physics of your truck, and when to push the throttle, when to, You know, if you hardly touch the brakes, if you truly know how to drive very well and you hardly brake, you use hills, use the leverages on hills and downhills and stuff, you can really drive aggressively and still maintain 20 to 22 miles per gallon. And that being said, it's very impressive. Like, I've gotten up to 23 miles per gallon, and that's just knowing how to drive, man. So if you truly know how to drive, if you understand what I'm saying about this, then you will see those miles per gallon averages. Those averages are very impressive, to say the least. So yeah, man, this truck is incredible. I'm blessed, honestly, to have this. I negotiated it very well as well, so you know, it's not over $1,000. It's not even too close to $1,000 a month for a payment. If you want to know exactly how I negotiated this and what the negotiation terms are, you know, leave a comment down below in the video and I'll make another video about it. Besides that, man, yeah, I would love the TRD Pro model. You know, like, that's how fantastic this truck has been for me, that I would actually consider buying another one of these trucks in the future. But I would definitely go for the TRD Pro, even though I don't really go off-road or anything like that. It just looks so much, it just stands out, you know what I'm saying? But if you're on a budget and if you really want a truck like this, I recommend the SR5. This is the Crew Max, of course, too. It's got the long cab, it's got the longer cabin. Yeah, man, this truck is outstanding. Only pure good things to say about it. I will note, however, that there are moments in which the transmission is a little, what's the word? It's a little jumpy. It will just be a little jumpy sometimes. It's not completely fluid in itself at all times. You have to really be assertive with what you want to do, and not only be assertive, but you got to be consistent with your choice of how you push the throttle, and really maintain a firm assertion on that. Because if you kind of play with it, you don't push it all the way, you're pushing it too slowly, you let go of the throttle and stuff, you're gonna experience some jerks. And they're not horrible or whatever, but it can be inconsistent with the whole ride experience and how smooth this truck really is. So yeah, man, I mean, it does feel like it heats up a lot, especially with those 2 turbos. I really feel like heat coming out of this after a drive, so I let it sit for like a minute or 2 after my commute, just to let it cool down. I heard somewhere, I think the car care nut or somebody, I may be wrong, so don't quote me on that, said to let this truck sit like a minute or 2 after driving it, you know, in the heat, and that's it. You don't want to keep it on too long. I'm not a fan of idling my engines. I was doing that to my Ram, and then I found out that you could really fuck up, I forgot what components, but you could really fuck up the Ram based on its design of the Hemi. You really could fuck it up by idling it. So I no longer choose to idle. The longest I'll idle this for is like 20 minutes max. That's a long time for me. And yeah, man, love these wheels. I love the suspension of this. I don't know, man, I care about this truck very much. I've been doing the oil changes every 5,000 miles. And the oil comes out burnt every 5,000 miles. This engine works very hard, and like I said, with those 2 turbos on it and those extra radiators and stuff, it really needs to. It really needs to. There's a fucking bug. It really needs to cool down. Really needs that cooling system in it because of the added components to create power and torque. It really calls for extra cooling features on the engine. But yeah, guys, let me know what else you want to know about this truck, what else you want to see in the comments, and like if this video has helped you. Subscribe. I got other videos on my channel pertaining to other subjects. I may split those up in the future, but for right now, everything's on this channel. So yeah, man, Let me know what y'all want to see, what y'all want to hear. I like keeping my truck stock. And yeah, man, this thing's a beauty.